What's up, you guys? Oh gosh, I have a little friend who wants to come say hi. Say hello! We don't work without a Mia on our lap these days. Okay, hi. So I was listening to some trainings and my head started thinking about this thing I want to share with you. So we'll have a little story time. As you're popping on, whether you're live or watching the replay, say what's up. Let me know that you're here. You guys, so my whole life I've kind of been people have tried to pigeonhole me into certain things. And what I mean by that is like, well, you should act this way, or this is what that means, both good and bad, right? Like, well, if you do that, then you must be this. Everything from, being the best friend to guys, to working in a male-dominated industry, to being a girl, right? Like, girls are like this, and this is how you should be, and you should take care of everyone, and like all this different stuff, right? And so it's like, being pigeonholed into stuff has definitely been something people have tried to force on me my whole life. Luckily, my mom and dad have always been like, just do whatever you want. Like, thank God for them. But then in my professional life, so when I started my own company, I like kind of went out on my own and left my job, was like 7-8 years ago now. I remember everybody was like, you must niche down, right? You must only help, like figure out what you want to help and who you want to help and only talk to that person. And I get it, right? Like I get that that's the general marketing tactic. And that's definitely the thing that you're told in most business school and all of those things. And is it a lucrative way to be? Sure, absolutely. Like, could I have potentially could have gone very different, right? In the way that I do business if I would have just said, oh, I'm only going to work with this kind of person. And that's it. That's the only person I'm going to talk to, yada, yada. But the truth is that like, that always felt really freaking off to me. That always felt really icky to me, not good. Like, because the truth of the matter is that while I don't work with only one kind of person or one kind of industry or help them with one thing, there's a common denominator amongst those people. And a lot of times it is the things that they want out of life, right? And so, but then how do you put that into words? So anybody who's worked with me and has had conversations or have been in programs with me or work on my team or whatever, they have to say these beautiful, amazing, cool things. And I'm so grateful about what I do and how I help people. The constant thing that's how do we then translate that to where the population, the general population, anybody who comes to your website, anybody who sees your shit can understand what you do and how you help people. And because I've refused to completely niche it down, it's not easy to explain, right? And so what's funny though is that I recently just did a boot camp with a couple who is all about PR and promoting yourself and marketing yourself in specific ways and putting yourself out there and all that good jazz. And there was an exercise in that boot camp that was like writing your simple story. So like how you help people, who you are, like a conflict that you help people with, and how you fit into the equation. But you're doing it in like 4 sentences, right? So immediately all of my old patterns showed up and all of my old like, nope, not doing this showed up. And it was really, really hard for me. Like I had to have a friend who had been through the program before actually help me, like hold my hand through the whole thing. But what happened was, because I was like, okay, this is really uncomfortable. This is also something that's shown up for years, but maybe these people are saying this to me in a different way. Like maybe I don't need to be maybe it's not pigeonholing me. And I knew that's what they were saying. But of course, all those old stories were showing up because we're humans and this is what happens. All of the old stories still exist to an extent, right? And you have to be mindful enough and learn and really build that muscle internally to be mindful enough to catch them to where they don't knock you to the wayside, right? And so in that, I realized, okay, this is the thing I need to deal with. So we worked past it. And here's what happened. By me getting really clear and being really clear with my friend who was helping me go through the process, I want this to be a statement that makes people recognize that I don't just help one kind of person. Like that's just the way that it works. And so what ended up happening was, so if you want to be really strategic, and so maybe you have a wide range of ways that you help people in your business, right? Maybe there's a bunch of information on how you help people. In that space, what ends up happening instead is like, okay, well, how do I present that in a quick way that kind of covers it all, right? But then doesn't pigeonhole me into I only fix fences, right? Or I only help male entrepreneurs, or I only, work on Ford trucks, whatever it is. So I want to find my homework to read it to you, because here was a really cool and magical experience for me. It was like the resistance against being pigeonholed into somebody else's fucking box really fucking came up, right? In a way that I was like, I fucking can't do it. And I think a lot of people who follow me and a lot of my clients feel that way, right? So I just wanted to read this to you. So if you're still here, you're amazing. Hit the little like button. I love you for being here, but listen to this. And it's going to be in third person, just because it's easier to read that one than the other one. Or maybe I'll just read it. So I am an intentional business lifestyle expert who helps you do business on your terms so you can start living life on purpose. So that statement, first of all, it leaves question, right? Where you're like, wait a minute, what does that mean? So that's a good thing, because you want people to ask you questions. But also, I help you, whoever you are and whatever you're doing, do business on your terms and start living life on purpose, which really puts into max the fact that I help people in their professional life, their business, their relationships, their fitness, like everything, right? And so all of that falls in, instead of me being like, how do I explain that I help people holistically in every area of their life? How do I say that, right? To where people don't get lost in translation. So that one statement is something where it's not pigeonholing me at all, but it is giving a general idea of what I can do, right? So an intentional business lifestyle expert, hello, best description ever, who helps you do business on your terms so you can start living life on purpose. Not pigeonholed at all. And then the next step is kind of that storyline, right? So feeling crushed under the weight of following the established rules and trying to fit into the proper boxes, I felt limited in my abilities to create the business and life I really wanted. Holding on to the belief that you can live both your truth and run a productive business, I dug deep and broke through some societal norms to figure it out. Now I help entrepreneurs deliberately build and run their businesses so they can experience more of the joy life has to offer. Bam. Like that last line is so big, because that is the deal. Like, I want you to be successful. I want you to build your business in a way that's sustainable, that makes sense, that fits your life, that is going towards the goal that you're wanting. That is a huge piece of what we do. And I want to make sure that you enjoy your life and that you're healthy and okay in the process, right? Like both of those are equally as important, and that it can last and it makes sense and it fits the way you want your life to be, which is what a lifestyle entrepreneur is, whether you realize it or not. A lifestyle entrepreneur is building their company and their business, or or their management position, whatever it is, in order to support the life that they desire. And so when you can put those two things together like that, that's what I do. Like, that's my magic. How the fuck? And I used to be like, I don't know how to explain that in a way other than like, let's have a conversation. Give me a couple minutes of your time. How am I going to put that into a couple of sentences? Well, I just did. And it's not pigeonholing me at all. So I wanted to just share that with you, because I think a lot of people struggle with that. And I wanted you to know, first of all, you're not the only one. And second of all, you don't need to pigeonhole yourself or feel pigeonholed. Like that can block you. You don't need to say you're only going to do one thing, because the truth of the matter is that the common denominator to all of your passions is you, right? You're the common denominator. Do I believe that you need to have some focus and you need to be like, this is the thing I want to make successful? And if I put a lot of attention onto that, the likelihood that it's going to be successful is bigger versus putting your attention into 75 places and then wondering why nothing's super successful. Yes, that's business strategy, and that's something that we work on, right? But I wanted to just share that with you, because like this morning, as I was listening to a training from one of my coaches, I was like, yeah, dude, this is the conversation that I need to share. So there it is, friends. There it is for you. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions or comments or anything, please make sure to pop them below. As always, thank you for watching. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. I appreciate that. And if you think anyone else can benefit from the message, hit that little share button and send it on over to them. Thank you for being here. Have a beautiful rest of your day.